Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the market recap. Okay, so hopping right into the charts, we're looking at the Dixie. So currently we're having a nice little rise on the Dixie here, and right now we're filling out this little fair value gap, and with the closure of today's daily candle, should it close above, this fair value gap will be filled. And the next question will be, will we now have the liquidity to go down further and start tapping this lower zone around 108? Or will we continue to just build out this bullish structure that we're potentially starting to form in, essentially start coming up higher, then breaking down again and coming up higher, and then eventually probabilities will be on the side of us breaking to the upside. So we want to just give this some time, and I believe a lot of these questions will be answered as we get closer towards the FOMC and getting a better outlook on what the Fed is thinking, going into December, right? Because if they're going to be a lot more bullish, or I should say a lot more dovish, then watch for the dollar to start breaking down towards this zone and potentially even lower towards the hundreds. Or if they, hold stance, hold their current policy of being more hawkish, being less supportive of the actual speculative market, then watch for the dollar to start attacking the highs here and then eventually breaking out again. So we're in a time of really just observing the dollar, but we do want to keep in mind that we're potentially building out a bullish structure here. Okay. All right. Bullish structure for the dollar, which is bearish for everyone else. All right. So let's hop into the Dow, see what's going on. So looking at the Dow, had a really strong close on Friday, and today, as expected, kind of trading, kind of sideways, not really continuing the trend higher, potentially a rest day, and potentially maybe leading towards a bullish consolidation. And look that we did break through this trend line, but we haven't confirmed the breakout because, again, my confirmations of breakouts, I want to see another daily candle close above the high of the original candle that broke the level, right? So we haven't seen that yet, and we potentially may be looking at a consolidation of around the trend line, kind of oscillating around it, and then if it does break out bullish, then we'll look towards these highs here being taken out, so around 34,000, or we're going to lead to another retracement down and start filling out these fair value gaps down here and eating up at this imbalance right here. Okay, so again, it's not surprising that we're stalling out here as we've approached this resistance. Okay, so next is S&P. All right, so S&P, same as Dow, hasn't actually hit a major resistance level like the Dow, but is at a minor resistance level right here. You'll see at this high pivot right here prior to the drop, and so far just trading within the candle. So this could be a bullish in bar, or it could lead to a consolidation or a retracement back down to try and grab the liquidity levels right around 3750 to 3800. Okay. And next is S&P. Let's see what's going on there. S&P, same thing. Kind of, really trying to attack these high wicks, but actually couldn't break out. Failed to actually close above this pivot here. Wicked a little bit above it, but as of now, it's just been trading within these wicks. And to me, NASDAQ looks more primed to come down lower towards 11,000 to 11,100. If it can hold that level, then, you see I've already drawn here potentially a higher low from this low. Then we may get the fuel to try and break through the descending trend line to get back towards the green zone. All right, so let's take a quick look at oil. Then we'll look at gold and silver, and then we'll look at Bitcoin. So oil almost got to this fair value gap, almost was able to fill that out, but just wicked under it, couldn't get there, and now it's making its way back down towards 84.50 and potentially under these lows. If it does lose these lows, it doesn't mean that the upside movement is potentially gone, but it does mean that we're probably going to see a larger consolidation to the downside and potentially hold these levels down here. If we do start taking out this low right here, then we're probably going to start trending further down, which again is within the cards because we're looking for a move back down towards 75 and potentially even all the way down to 60. But I don't believe it's very likely that we see oil just drop to 60. I see it more likely kind of grinding down to 60 over time and really respecting this descending trend line here as we get closer towards that zone. Okay, this descending trend line and this lower descending trend line and this higher descending trend line are from a larger time frame, mainly the monthly and weekly. So I do expect that to hold generally. Okay. And then gold and silver. So gold's doing pretty much what I thought it would do, failing off of this descending trend line and starting to lose this low wick here, and it's going to come attack this double bottom here and probably break through. Okay, it's very likely it'll probably break through that double bottom, and then we'll have another leg down. Where we'll probably stop, in my opinion, will be anywhere from 1550 to 1580, and then we'll probably get a minor rise back towards this level and start failing off of it again. Depending on how quickly or slowly it rises, we may even start attacking this trend line once more, this descending trend line once more. If that happens, then watch for this trend line to start showing signs of breaking, because having it tested over and over and over in quick succession is making it weaker. Okay? And next is silver. All right, so silver, again, just like I've been saying over the past couple of days to a week, still in that expanding microphone structure with this rising trend line, which I think is likely going to get tested in a couple of days, maybe early next week if it's really, really slow. But take a look at how it's tapped this fair value gap on the low side and immediately just rejected off. We're likely going to come all the way down towards this rising trend line, and then if that trend line's broken, watch for that big move down towards, $14, $15, maybe $16, depending on how quickly it drops. Okay. And last but not least is Bitcoin. So let's open that up here. Okay. So Bitcoin right now fighting this little imbalance right here, and respecting it pretty much. It's having some trouble getting through, but that's okay. So what's likely going to happen here is that we do come back down towards this general fair value gap zone here. So anywhere from 20,000 to potentially filling it all the way, which is about 19,600, we'll say. And then if that's lost, then look for us to come back down towards this descending trend line to try and hold it as support, to try and pretty much hold above these wicks. Really, if we do start failing under those, you got to be a little worried that we might be breaking back down towards the 17, 16, and potentially even 14,000 zone. But in my opinion, I do like how this structure looks. I still think if we do break down, we'll probably hold this fair value gap here, grab the liquidity we need, and then eventually break up higher. Potentially, we won't even break down there. We might just tap the top side of it, or this might be it. We might be starting a bullish consolidation, a flaggish structure, sort of veering down like this, and then eventually a breakout higher. Okay? It's very unlikely, in my opinion, after all of this consolidation and then this trend line break, that we get stopped out. The trending move to the upside gets stopped out by this small imbalance. I think we're at least going to tap the liquidity that's pulled above this high pivot around 22,800, and then possibly tapping this high pivot here, which is going to be around 25,000, 25,500. Okay, so that is about it. We don't have any major news that's coming our way. I guess we do have the manufacturing PMI, which can be forward-looking, but other than that, nothing major, except for as we go into November 2nd, so that's in a couple of days, we'll get the FOMC rate statement, and then we'll also get the interest rate decision. So that's what we're going to be looking out for. And then obviously the press conference is going to be a big deal as well. All right, so no big news until really November 2nd, in my opinion. All right, everyone, that's it for the market recap. Have a great day. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know, and make sure you like and subscribe. That way, if you want to keep following the content, you don't miss out on it. And also, make sure you're in the Discord if you're not, because the free trial will be starting tomorrow for the swing trade service for the entire month of November. All right, everyone, remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. Love you guys. Take care.